Hey, coin enthusiasts! Welcome back to the channel. Have you ever thought that the nickels in your pocket could actually be worth much more than their face value? Well, today, I've got an exciting discovery for you, the 1989 Jefferson Nickel. You might think it's just another regular coin, but stick around because you could be sitting on a goldmine without even knowing it. Today, we'll be discussing its value, its fascinating history, and how some of these nickels are worth big money. You don't want to miss this one, trust me. Alright, let's get into it. Most of us don't give much thought to nickels. After all, they're just worth 5 cents, right? You toss them into your wallet, drop them in the change jar, and forget about them. But what if I told you that some of these 1989 Jefferson nickels could be worth much more than just 5 cents? In fact, there are reports that some could be worth tens of thousands, and yes, even millions of dollars. Sounds crazy? Well, let's break it down and see why this is happening. First, let's talk a little bit about the history of the Jefferson Nickel series. The Jefferson Nickel has been in circulation since 1938 and features Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse, along with his plantation home, Monticello, on the reverse. The 1989 Jefferson Nickel is part of this long-standing series. It was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it has the P mint mark on the front. These nickels were produced as part of the United States Mint's regular coinage, but here's the catch: not all of them are created equally. In fact, like with many other coins, some Jefferson nickels have gone through unusual and rare minting errors that make them extremely valuable to collectors. Most coins are minted with high precision, and while the vast majority of these coins are exactly what they're supposed to be, occasionally something goes wrong. Sometimes, during the minting process, errors can happen. These errors can occur in the form of die cracks, off-center strikes, or the most notable one when it comes to the 1989 Jefferson Nickel, the double die error. So, what is a double die error? Well, it happens when a coin is struck by the die more than once during the minting process. This creates a kind of doubling effect, where parts of the image on the coin are shifted or doubled. Now, in most cases, this doubling is subtle, but in certain instances, it's extremely noticeable and very valuable. Take a look at this example here. On this coin, you can see that Jefferson's portrait, the date, and even the word Liberty might appear to be slightly doubled. This happens because the die that stamps the coin onto the blank planchet isn't perfectly aligned during the minting process, resulting in those doubled images. In the case of the 1989 Jefferson Nickel, this doubling error is rare, but it's what makes certain examples highly valuable. So, how much are these rare 1989 nickels worth? Well, you're probably thinking, it's just a nickel, why would anyone pay more than 5 cents for it? And that's where it gets interesting. While the typical 1989 Jefferson Nickel is worth only 5 cents, coins that have noticeable doubling errors, especially those that have been well preserved and graded by professionals, can fetch serious money. We're talking anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 for some examples. And in some extraordinary cases, they've been known to sell for even more. These coins are highly sought after by serious collectors, and sometimes, they pop up in auctions where bidding can get really intense. In fact, some rare double-die 1989 Jefferson nickels have sold for amounts that would surprise you. If you're lucky enough to have one of these coins, you could potentially sell it for several $1,000s, or even more, depending on the rarity and condition. But here's the thing: before you get too excited and start digging through your change jar, not all 1989 Jefferson nickels are worth that kind of money. Only those with the clear double die error are worth big money. So, how can you identify these rare finds? First, look closely at the date and the word Liberty. If you notice that the design looks doubled, especially in the lettering or Jefferson's features, that's a key indicator. You should also check for any doubling on Monticello on the reverse side. If there's noticeable offsetting of the design, that's another sign. Keep in mind that these errors are typically subtle, so it's important to carefully inspect your coins under magnification. Now, let's talk about another rare version of the 1989 P. Jefferson Nickel, the misstruck coin. Some of these coins were struck off-center, which means the design is misaligned and part of the coin is missing the imprint. This is also a very rare error, and it can make the coin even more valuable, sometimes fetching even higher prices than a typical double die. But what if you think you found a rare 1989 P. Jefferson nickel with a potential error? What should you do next? Well, first and foremost, you want to get it authenticated. You don't want to make a claim about your coin's value without an expert confirming it. A certified coin grading service can help assess the coin's condition and verify whether it has the rare errors we've been talking about. The grade you get will heavily influence the coin's market value. A professional grader will assess several factors, including the coin's minting error, its condition, and its rarity. Coins that are well preserved, with minimal wear and clear doubling, will be graded higher and are more likely to fetch a higher price at auction. So, could your 1989 P. Jefferson nickel be worth $10 million? Well, while that's an extreme scenario, it's not impossible. There are always rare cases where a unique coin in pristine condition with a major error can break records at auction. But even if your nickel isn't worth millions, it could still be worth thousands, which is a pretty nice surprise for just 5 cents, don't you think? Alright, folks, I hope this has helped you understand why the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel is so special and why it's definitely worth keeping an eye on your change. If you've got one of these rare nickels, be sure to get it checked out by a professional, and you might just have a hidden treasure on your hands. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more coin tips, tricks, and hidden gems. Until next time, happy hunting, and good luck with your coin collection. Disclaimer: while some 1989 P. Jefferson nickels can be worth thousands, the vast majority are not. Always verify your coins with an expert before making any claims of value. Next, 1999 Jefferson Nickels USA coins. Take a close look at this seemingly ordinary 5-cent coin. At first glance, it might just look like another everyday nickel, but what if I told you that this small piece of American currency could be worth millions of dollars? Yes, you heard that right, a 1999 Jefferson nickel, worth a staggering $7 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But there's a fascinating history and some hidden factors that make this coin truly priceless. At I end this video, we're going to explore the value of the 1999 Jefferson nickel, its unique history, and why it's considered one of the most valuable coins in the world. So, buckle up and get ready to learn how a simple coin can become an extraordinary treasure. Before we dive into the specifics of the 1999 Jefferson nickel, let's take a step back in time. The Jefferson nickel, as it is known today, was first introduced in 1938, replacing the older Buffalo nickel that had been in circulation since 1913. The design features Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse side, and Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia, on the reverse side. Jefferson's likeness on the coin was selected for its representation of the country's values, freedom, democracy, and expansion. Over the years, the Jefferson nickel has undergone several design changes, but one thing has remained consistent: its value as a piece of American history. The original Jefferson nickel, designed by Felix Schlag, remained unchanged for decades, providing a sense of continuity in the American monetary system. But, as time passed, there were growing calls for modernization in coin design, particularly for the nickel. This led to a redesign of the coin in 2004, which introduced new elements. But before we talk about that, let's explore the 1999 Jefferson nickel and why it's so crucial to collectors. Now, let's fast forward to 1999. This year marked the final year of the original design for the Jefferson nickel. The U.S. Mint produced millions of these coins, but little did anyone know, some of these coins would become worth a small fortune in the future. At first glance, a 1999 nickel might seem like just another coin in your pocket, but some of these nickels have become the most sought-after treasures in the world of numismatics. So, what makes this particular year so special? Well, it all comes down to one crucial factor: the 1999 Jefferson Nickel is part of a series of coins that were struck with certain minting errors and design flaws. While the vast majority of these coins are still worth just 5 cents, its face value, there are rare varieties that are incredibly valuable. Understanding these errors and their impact on the value of a coin is crucial to why this specific nickel is worth so much. When talking about coin collecting, one of the most important terms to know is error coins. In numismatics, the study of coins, an error refers to a mistake made during the coin's production. These errors can happen in various ways, such as incorrect die alignment, double strikes, or a missing design element. And when these errors occur, the value of the coin can skyrocket, making what was once just pocket change worth an enormous amount. Error coins are prized by collectors for their rarity. While the majority of coins produced by the U.S. Mint are perfectly struck and feature no flaws, error coins are often much harder to find. That's what makes them so valuable. Among the 1999 Jefferson Nickels, a few rare examples have surfaced with what's known as the double die obverse error. The double die error occurs when the coin dies used to strike the coins become misaligned. As the press strikes the coin, it leaves an impression that's slightly duplicated, creating a blurry effect. These types of errors are rare and often go unnoticed by casual observers, which only adds to their value when they are discovered. The double die obverse error specifically affects the image of Thomas Jefferson, causing his portrait to appear distorted, with a doubled image that's particularly noticeable around his hairline and the outline of his face. Because of the rarity of this error, a few of these nickels have sold for thousands of dollars at auction. But here's the kicker. One of these rare 1999 Jefferson Nickels with the double die obverse error was reported to have sold for a jaw-dropping $7 million. Yes, you heard me correctly, $7 million. That's the kind of number that can make any coin collector's heart race. But how does a coin that was originally worth just 5 cents become worth that much? It all boils down to its rarity, its historical significance, and, of course, the unique minting error that makes it a one-of-a-kind piece of American history. It's not just the double die error that makes this coin special. The 1999 Jefferson Nickel, in general, was the last year the Monticello reverse design was used before the U.S. Mint made changes to the coin's design in 2004. So, for collectors, it's also considered a piece of history, a rare, finite moment in the life of the Jefferson Nickel series. This gives the 1999 version a certain historical significance, as it marked the end of an era in U.S. coinage. The fact that it's the last year of this design only adds to its appeal for serious collectors who are always on the lookout for coins that mark significant moments in U.S. history. Another factor that adds to the value of these coins is the sheer rarity of error coins in general. The vast majority of 1999 Jefferson Nickels are perfectly minted and feature no flaws, but it's those rare mistakes that collectors covet the most. When it comes to finding these coins, it's like searching for a needle in a haystack. Many people simply don't realize the potential value of their pocket change, so these rarities often slip through unnoticed. Now, you might be wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these rare 1999 Jefferson Nickels? Well, there are a few key details to look for. First, grab a magnifying glass and examine the coin closely. Look for any signs of a double strike or double die error on the obverse side. The double die error will be visible in the form of a blurry, doubled image of Jefferson's face, especially around the hairline and nose. These small details can be tricky to spot if you're not familiar with what you're looking for, so take your time and carefully inspect each coin you have. Additionally, check for any other minting anomalies, like improper spacing between the letters or irregularities in the design of the Monticello building on the reverse side. The Monticello design, which features a depiction of Thomas Jefferson's home in Virginia, is another area where minting errors might occur. If you notice any odd spacing between the words, misalignment of the design, or even the wrong texture on the reverse side, it could be a sign that you have an error coin in your possession. If you think you found one of these rare coins, it's worth getting the coin appraised by a professional numismatist to determine its value. There are several ways to get your coin evaluated, including taking it to a local coin dealer, attending a coin show, or even sending it to a reputable third-party grading service. Having your coin professionally graded can help establish its authenticity and rarity, which is essential when determining its market value. As you can imagine, rare coins like the 1999 Jefferson Nickel with minting errors are highly prized by collectors, investors, and even museums. The market for rare coins has exploded in recent years, with some examples fetching astronomical prices at auction. A rare 1999 Jefferson Nickel could easily be worth thousands of dollars, or even millions, depending on the rarity of the error. Some of these coins have become valuable investment pieces, with collectors actively seeking them out to add to their collections or even as a store of wealth. Rare coin collecting is not just a hobby for enthusiasts, it's also become a serious investment for some. Many people are willing to spend vast sums of money to acquire coins that might one day appreciate in value. This trend has made coins like the 1999 Jefferson Nickel more sought after than ever before. From $7 million Jefferson Nickels to other coins with unique errors, the world of numismatics is full of surprises, and there's always a new discovery waiting to be made. If you've been collecting coins for years or if you're just getting started, now is the time to start paying close attention to the nickels in your collection. You might just have a hidden treasure on your hands that could be worth more than you ever imagined. The world of rare coins is vast, and sometimes, the most valuable pieces are the ones that seem the most ordinary at first. So, next time you're flipping through your change, make sure you take a good look at your nickels. Who knows? You might just be holding on to a small fortune. It's a good idea to keep an eye on not only your nickels but all the coins in your collection, as there are countless treasures out there waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss out on more fascinating stories about rare coins and hidden treasures. Have you found any rare coins in your change? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, happy collecting. Next 2015 5-cent coin, worth big money. The incredible history and value. Is it possible that a regular 5-cent coin could be worth millions of dollars? You might think that sounds a bit far-fetched. But in the world of numismatics, the study and collection of coins, strange and valuable finds happen every day. In today's video, we're diving deep into the history and the potential value of the 2015 5-cent coin, or what we commonly call the nickel. Could it be worth $90 million? Let's find out. The 5-cent coin, or nickel, has been a staple of American currency for more than 150 years. The modern version, which dates back to 1938, features a profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, and on the reverse side, Monticello, his famous Virginia estate. This design has been pretty much unchanged for decades, and most of us don't think much of it. It's just a nickel, right? Something we toss into vending machines, use for small purchases, or find clinking around the bottom of our bags and pockets. But what if I told you that the 2015 5-cent coin wasn't just your ordinary nickel? What if there was something about it that could make it worth far more than just 5 cents? It might sound hard to believe, but it's true. You see, this nickel is part of a much larger story, one that involves rarity, errors in minting, and, of course, collectors who are constantly searching for hidden treasures in seemingly ordinary currency. In 2015, the U.S. Mint continued to produce the same standard issue of nickels that were used by Americans in everyday life. Nothing particularly special about them, just your standard coin in circulation. But here's where things take an unexpected turn. Like all other years, these coins were made at the U.S. Mint in several locations across the country, and they were struck with the same design, which had been in use for quite a while. However, sometimes things don't go as planned at the mint. Minting errors can occur during production, and when they do, those mistakes can result in incredibly valuable coins. Minting errors are common in the world of numismatics, and they often make otherwise ordinary coins extremely valuable. A minting error occurs when something goes wrong in the process of making the coin. The mistake could range from something small, like a misaligned die, to more drastic errors, such as a double strike or a wrong planchet. Even though these errors may seem minor, to coin collectors, they're often seen as rare treasures that are worth far more than their face value. The 2015 5-cent coin became the subject of intrigue after rumors began to circulate about a specific type of error that might have occurred during production. Some collectors started to notice nickels that appeared to be struck off-center, meaning that they weren't perfectly aligned during the minting process. At first glance, this might seem like a trivial mistake, but to numismatists, it's an important detail. Minting errors like this one make the coin rare, and rarity drives up its value. Why does this error matter so much? Well, in the world of coin collecting, the value of a coin is determined not only by its age but also by how rare it is. Coins that have errors are often in much lower supply than normal coins, and the fewer coins there are in existence, the more valuable they become. This is why a misaligned or off-center 2015 nickel could be worth significantly more than a regular nickel. While the average person might simply discard it or spend it without thinking twice, a coin collector would see it as a rare find. Let's take a step back and look at the historical context. The U.S. Mint is constantly producing billions of coins each year to meet the demands of American currency. Most of the coins minted are used in everyday transactions, and most people don't give them much thought. But as time goes on, some coins become more valuable simply because they're no longer in circulation, or because a specific design was only minted for a short period of time. As new generations of collectors enter the world of numismatics, they begin to seek out these rare coins, and demand for them increases. If we look back at past U.S. coins, we can see how valuable certain rare coins have become over time. For example, one of the most famous error coins in American history is the 1913 Liberty Head nickel. Only 5 of these coins are known to exist, and one of them was sold at auction for a staggering $3.7 million. While the 2015 nickel might not yet have the same legendary status as the 1913 Liberty Head, the fact that error coins from recent years can fetch incredible prices is not out of the question. As the years pass and the 2015 5-cent coin becomes rarer in circulation, its value could increase. While it's not yet clear if this particular error coin will ever reach the dizzying heights of multi-million-dollar sales, it's not entirely outside the realm of possibility. Numismatics is a constantly evolving market, and sometimes, it's the most unexpected coins that end up being the most valuable. It's also worth noting that the 2015 5-cent coin has historical significance beyond its minting errors. Coins from specific years can become valuable for other reasons, such as political or social events that occurred during that time. While the 2015 nickel doesn't have the same direct historical impact as coins from earlier eras, it's still a part of a larger conversation about the evolution of American currency and the U.S. Mint's ongoing role in producing coins that reflect the nation's identity. Now, let's get to the really exciting part. Could this ordinary 5-cent coin really be worth $90 million? Well, that figure may seem a bit extreme, but it's not entirely out of the question. In the world of rare coins, prices can fluctuate dramatically, and sometimes, a rare coin can sell for an astonishing amount. We've already seen coins from the 19th and 20th centuries sell for millions of dollars, so the idea of a 2015 coin reaching similar heights isn't entirely implausible. Of course, this value would depend on several factors: how rare the minting error is, how many of the misstruck coins survive in good condition, and how much demand exists for this particular coin. The value of a coin is always determined by what collectors are willing to pay for it. And right now, there's a growing interest in collecting coins from specific years and error types, which means the 2015 5-cent coin could one day become a highly sought-after item in the coin market. Whether or not the 2015 5-cent coin will ever reach the lofty sum of $90 million is still up for debate. But what's clear is that the world of numismatics is full of surprises. Coins that were once considered ordinary can become treasures when the right circumstances align. And if you happen to find a rare 2015 nickel in your pocket or your change jar, it might just be worth far more than you think. The world of coin collecting is fascinating, and every day, collectors, dealers, and investors are discovering new coins that could be worth fortunes. It's an exciting world, full of unexpected discoveries and hidden gems. So next time you pull out your pocket change, take a closer look. You never know what might be hiding there. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the 2015 5-cent coin's fascinating potential value. If you've enjoyed learning about this unique piece of currency, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more fascinating insights into the world of rare coins and collectibles. Who knows? Maybe the next big find will be in your hands.